Once you have signed in to Tinkercad and created a new design, rename the new design project as Burger. That is our project for today. We're going to create a burger with 5 ingredients. So altogether you should have 2 burger buns, one on top, one at the bottom, lettuce, tomato, patty, cheese, and sauce. So let's get started by making the burger buns first. Click onto the half sphere shape and click it onto your work plate. Change the dimensions as such. Click the corner white square, change the length to 80, enter, and change the breadth to 80 as well, enter. This will give you a circular shape. Now, click the top white square and check that the height is 10. So we're going to keep this height of 10. Next, click onto the solid fill color and change it to light brown. This should be the color of our burger bun. Once done, let's copy and paste this to make a second burger bun. Click on copy, click on paste. This will create another one. Use your arrow key to shift it over to an empty side of your work plane. And we're going to flip this upside down to create the bottom bun. So click onto the mirror option and click onto the vertical arrow here and check that your burger bun has been flipped upside down. Once done, we're going to shift this to the center of our work plane and the top bun over to a back corner. This will be used later. Now let's get started with our first ingredient, lettuce. To make lettuce, click onto the polygon hexagonal shape and click it onto the work plane. Click onto a corner white square and change the dimensions as such. 80 for the length and 80 for the breadth. So this should be the same dimensions as your bun. Lettuce is supposed to be flat, so this is too high for height. Click onto the top white square. Let's change the height to 5. Enter. That will make you a nice lettuce shape. Click onto the color fill and change to middle green. Now, we're going to stack this lettuce on top of the bottom burger bun. To do this, we need to raise it up to the height of the bun. Let's do a check. The burger bun is a height of 10. So that means when you click your lettuce, you have to click and drag the black cone to raise it up to a height of 10. This will allow you to stack it nicely on top your burger bun. Next, to make sure that it's aligned neatly in the center, click and drag over both shapes. Click the Align tool and click on the middle dot on the work plate here and here. This will give you a neatly aligned object. Now, let's move on to the next ingredient, which is our tomato slices. To do this, we're going to create 3 flat cylinders. Click onto the cylinder shape and click onto the work plane to bring it out. Click onto a corner white square and change the dimensions to 40 length and 40 breadth. Click onto the top white square and change the height to 5. You don't need the tomato slices to be too tall. Next, change the color fill to red. So this makes 1 tomato slice. I'm going to copy and paste this to make 2 more. So click on it, copy, paste, use your arrow key to shift it. What I'm going to do is to arrange it beside, and I'm going to copy and paste one more time, copy, paste, and shift my 3rd slice below the other 2 slices. So this will form a triangular pattern like that. Next, we're going to group our tomato slices together. So click and drag over them and do a simple group. Now we are going to stack the tomato slices on top of the lettuce. To do this, we need to raise it up to the combined height of the burger bun and the lettuce over here. So that would be 10 plus 5, 15. So click onto the tomato slice, click and drag the black cone, raise it up to a height of 15 and shift it over the lettuce. This will allow you to rest it nicely on top. Once done, we are going to align. So click and drag over all your current shapes. Click onto the Align tool and click all the middle dots on the work plate. So that means here and here. You will see that your objects have been nicely aligned. Great! Now let's move on to the third ingredient, which is our patty. To make a patty, we simply need a cylinder shape. Click the cylinder and bring it out to your work plate. Now change the dimensions as such. Click the white corner square, change it to 80 by 80. So this would match the dimensions of the burger bun and the lettuce. Our patty is a bit too tall, so we're going to click the top white square and change it to a height of 10 instead. Finally, we're going to click the color fill and change it to the color of the patty. Once cooked, usually it turns a dark brown. So we're going to choose this, and there you go. Now, we're going to stack the patty on top of all of our current ingredients. So that will mean the combined height of the bun, lettuce, and tomato. So altogether, it should be 10 plus 5, 15 plus 5, 20. So click and drag the black cone of the patty and raise it up to a height of 20. Once done, you can just move it roughly over the tomato and you will see that it is stacked nicely above like this. To align them properly, click and drag over all your current shapes, click the Align tool and click all the middle dots on the work plate. So that means here and here. So that will give you a nicely and neatly aligned burger. Now, we're going to continue on with the fourth ingredient, that is the cheese slice. To make a cheese slice, bring out a box shape to your work plate. I'm going to put it here. Change the dimensions as such. Click the corner white square. Now we're going to make it slightly smaller than the patty. So I'm going to change the length and breadth to 75 each. Once done, we're going to change the height as well. So click the top white square and flatten it to a height of 5. Next, click onto the color fill and change it to the color of cheese, would be a bright middle yellow color. Finally, we need to stack this up. So we're going to stack it up to the combined height of all the current ingredients. So that would be 10 plus 5 plus 5 plus 10. Altogether, that would be 30. So click and drag the black cone of the cheese and raise it up to a height of 30. There you go. So shift it roughly over the patty and you will see that it rests nicely on top. Now let's align all of the current ingredients nicely. So click and drag all of them. Click the Align tool. Click the middle dots on the work plate. So that means here and here. There you go. Finally, for the sauce, we're going to have some fun with this. We're going to scribble it instead. So click onto the scribble option and click it onto your work plate. You will come to a drawing panel. Click onto the pen tool and just go and draw some random scribble that looks like a zigzag pattern like this. Once done, click on Done. This will give you a shape that looks like this. Now let's change the dimensions. Click onto the white corner square and change the length to 80. So we're going to match the bun and the burger patty. And change the breadth to 80 as well. Once done, change the height by clicking the top white square to 5. We don't need it to be so tall, so this will be good enough. Finally, change the color. Choose the color for your sauce. I'm going to choose white for tartar or mayonnaise sauce. And now we're going to stack it on top all of our current ingredients. So that will be 10 plus 5 plus 5 plus 10 plus 5. total height of 35. So click your sauce, click and drag its black cone to 35. Once done, you should be able to shift it nicely to rest on top the cheese. Don't forget to align all your shapes by dragging over them and clicking the Align tool and clicking all the middle dots on the work plane. So that means here and here. So your burger is almost complete. What's left is to stack the top bun on top. So click onto the top bun and we're going to raise it up to the height of all the combined ingredients. So that will be 10 plus 5 plus 5, 20, plus 10, 30, plus 5 and plus 5. Altogether that will be 40. So click and drag the black cone, raise it up to a height of 40. Move it over the sauce and let's do a align. Click and drag over all your shapes, do an align and click both middle dots on the work plate. And there you go, that is your completed, nicely and neatly stacked burger. Now that you're done, ask your teacher to check, and if all are good, continue to follow your instructions to render and save your work.